follow through the program of events and then ensure not to miss out on anyone. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite the chairman of the Electoral Committee of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Kashim Abdul Ali, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, fellow Academy of Engineering, member of the National Institute, to please come forward and take over this section. Please put your hands together for him if you want to win. Candidates, you are not clapping.
Thank you very much. Deputy President of the NSC, sitting in for the President, Vice Presidents, Engineer Dr. J. U. Jaman, Vice President and Chairman Board of Trustees, Vice President, Engineer Alade Olumuyiwa Ajibola, NSC, Vice President of Koren, fellows of the society are the first man of NSC, Engineer Theophilus Int'L. Fellows, ladies and gentlemen, we are assembled this evening to interact with our potential leaders. The moment we have any individual decides to contest, it means he or she feels convinced that he wants to be leader of our society. So the essence of this meeting this evening is for us to interact with them and see how prepared they are and how fit they are for the positions they seek. In doing this, we'll be asking them some questions which they will answer, and from there, you, the audience, members of the audience, will determine who you will eventually vote for. For the records, I'd like to announce the number of contestants, the contestants that we have present here this evening. And as I call your name, please rise and wave. Take a bow for recognition. I start with the vice presidential candidates. Engineer Uge Rachel Serumu. Engineer Jang Tuak Tanku. Engineer Hamadiko Ibrahim. Engineer Tijani Usman, MNI. Engineer Haruna Rabiu. Engineer Ibrahim Aliu Dusinma. Engineer Dr. Felicia Nena Agubata. Engineer Dr. Dauda Luya Okoduga. Engineer Benimo Basone Joshua. Engineer Deniron S.C. Halima. Engineer Charles Akintola. Engineer Dr. Babalola Abdurrashid. For ESCO members, Engineer Mohammed Bashiru, Engineer Musa Dauda, Engineer Mohammed Musa Gambo, Engineer Babagana Abubakar Sam, Engineer Tijani Dayebu, Engineer Ezioku NSC Nkemeson Silas Ejimadu Ugwu Amadi. Correct it. You see, for whatever you impute, but Engineer Agadike Abraham, Engineer Agbiji Ndifon, Engineer Ozobeme Benjamin Uchebike, Engineer Abubakar Usman Abdu, Engineer Dr. Hamidu Lucas Albert Jerome, Engineer Kawua Ibrahim. For Statutory Audit Committee, Engineer Chibogu Greg Obiajulu, Engineer Adetona Omolola Adenike, Engineer Dr. Adetona Omolola Adenike, Engineer Dr. Aneke Nnamere Ezekiel, Engineer Clara Chizoba, Engineer Dennis Anthony Sunday, Engineer Ewa Madi Obioma Idiebere, PhD. Okay, so that is it. Members of the election committee that are here are Engineer Odukoya Seson, Engineer Iyonda Olabisi Ajiboye, Engineer Aisha Aliu Saad, Engineer Dr. Elizabeth Eterigo, Engineer Oladipo Agboola, so we are ready. The simple format. We have our quiz master as Engineer Aisha Aliu Saad, the quiz master, and she will ask all the questions. And others will play the roles that you see them play in due course. I want us to have an engaging evening on pertinent questions or issues. I will call any of the senior members to intervene. For instance, NSC has a long history. If somebody comes here to say NSC started in 1967, for instance, and of course there will be murmurs from those who know, I will call on the chairman BOT to tell us how old NSC is, to correct the information. I just use that as an example. If there are fundamental issues addressed and poorly addressed, because we need to learn from this exercise also, we will call those who know to come and intervene and help us. So for senior members, I look for your help. When you see the need to intervene in such, please draw the chairman's attention so that you can intervene. Otherwise, we'll run this as smoothly as possible. I want to plead with you It's a family gathering, it's a professional gathering. There should be no clapping. No clapping. Just listen to what they have said and make your judgment internally. Internally, so that on the day of voting you use it. Please don't clap. Because, we are not politicians. If it's real politics, they would have hired people to come and stay who will just clap at every statement made. So please, as professionals and matured individuals, I want you to listen to them carefully and take notes and intervene where you need to intervene or keep quiet and use the judgment you form to guide your votes. That is all for now. So we start. What we'll do is like a quiz. We have a set of questions, 1 to 16. We'll start. The quiz master will know where she wants to start from. Wherever you start from, you choose a number. What number you choose, get the question, get it to that number, and you answer it. But there's a generic question I'm asking all of you now. To answer that before you answer the question that will be asked. For those of you who want to be vice president, please, a minute. Answer this question. Why do you want to be vice president of the Nigerian Society of Engineers? Answer that question first before you answer the main question. That is an open book already. On that note, unless there are questions from the contestants, comments. Thank you very much. Aisha, please.
Good evening to you all. Kindly permit me to stand on all the already established protocols. For our members and also the VPs, we are starting with you. You're 12 in number and you have 12 questions to answer. We have 1 to 12 questions. So we will start from the far left, and then you pick a question. After picking a question, you introduce yourself to us, then answer what the chairman said, the question he said. Why do you want to become a VP? Then you answer the question you've picked out of 1 to 12. So please pick a number. You can go to the podium, please, sir. So you pick a question from 1 to 12. I'll read the question to you, then you introduce yourself to us, answer the first question, why you want to become the VP or the Vice President of NSE, and then you answer your question, please. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm waiting for you to pick a number.
Question number 1.
Thank you. Question number 1. Reflect on your NSE leadership legacy. What 2 member-centric achievements did you conceive, champion, and brought to fruition independent of ESCO's initiatives? I can repeat the question.
Repeat.
Reflect on your NSE leadership legacy.
NSE what?
Reflect on your NSE leadership legacy.
Okay.
What 2 member-centric achievements did you conceive, champion, and brought to fruition, independent of ESCO's initiatives? Your time starts now, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. My name is Engineer Akintayo Charles Akintola, a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and SAE, Senior Advocate of Engineers. Aka, they call me the Bull. The reason why I want to be a vice president in the Nigerian Society of Engineers, I became a member of NSC, corporate member, in September 1997, and I joined my branch, the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Ikeja branch, before I became a member, a full member of NSC. And from that time, one time or the other, I've served in various positions until I became the chairman of my branch. Fortunately enough, I served under the leadership of the present president as a secretary, which is leadership start from the branch. I became a leader in the branch, and I was able to serve also as an ESCO member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers at the national level 6 times, and twice being the chairman of a branch. I was in the council. So, meaning I was in the council of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, occupying various positions: chairman of boards, chairman of council committees for 8 good years. And from there, I dovetailed to go back to my branch, stepping down for others to have their chance. Part of what I'm bringing in is that I've served and I know what it is to be a leader in NSC. I'm a man of the people in the sense that being a member, there are opportunities to grow others. Firstly, the younger ones. I've mentored so many people, and today, some of them are fellows. I know within here, I can point to 10, 20, 30 people who, one way or the other, were able to come out through me, through employment opportunities, which I gave opportunity to through my program, my personal program, as a leader in NSC, IT placement, a job search, which I have a job search platform, and also placement of even people adverts that are relevant to NSC, which I do at both the national and at the local level. And through me, many branches has come to 4. I can mention up to 10 branches, one way or the other I've been a part of to make it what they are today. And part of what I will bring forth, there was a program when I was a chairman in the Ikeja branch, the job fair. We had a job fair, we planned for only 500 people. At that job fair, we had more than 150,000 people, 1,500 people. Part of what I'm bringing in, this is part of what I'm bringing into the national level, that the student must be a core. No school we have, no university we have a branch. We not have a branch of NSC. So we want to start to catch them young, and from there they will metamorphose to become graduate member automatically. We will monitor them. And also, we will have a job placement center at the national level, active one. Because I've been doing it, I know it will be easier for me. And for all the 6 political zones, part of what I will do in my first year in the office, after discussing with my president, is that we must have job fair in all the 6 political zones to start with. I have the link. And in addition, this conference that is taking place today, Mr. President can testify how many of the sponsors came through me. Thank you. God bless you.
Sir, have you told us why you want to become a VP?
Sorry, please. I want to become the VP
You have 1 minute, please.
Yeah, I want to become the VP of Nigerian Society of Engineers. All my knowledge, both locally and internationally, I want to bring it forth to continue where I stopped. I've been in the National School before, and I want to continue to work along the vision and mission of NSC and with the current ESCO, whom I'm going to work with. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You can have your seat.
All protocols fully observed. May I warn us again on behalf of my chairman, no clapping. We don't want to be hard on our contestants. Please, no clapping. Let's note that.
Thank you. Sorry, you want to say something? Okay, next person, please. Sir, you pick a number, you introduce yourself, you tell us why you want to become the VP of NSE, and then you answer the question, sorry, but pick a number now.
I'm picking number 3.
Outline 3 key responsibilities you shouldered as NSE VP member.
Please, can you take it again?
Okay, sorry. Outline 3 key responsibilities you want to shoulder if you become an NSE vice president. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me start by introducing myself. I am Engineer Usman Tijani, FNSC MNI, contesting for the Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Northeast.
Sorry, please. I have been asked to remind you about the timing. You have 5 minutes each.
5 minutes.
Thank you. Be mindful of the time, please.
Okay, having introduced myself, starting with the first question as to why I want to become the Vice President of Nigerian Society of Engineers. I want to become the Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers because I have a mission and I have a vision. What is my vision? My vision is to create a situation where we have leadership and governance which is transparent in decision making, to ensure open communications, inclusive decision making. And then number 2, why I want to become the Vice President of Nigerian Society of Engineers is that I want to change the narratives because we have to do a mentorship program, because we have to pair our young engineers with the experienced ones to share knowledge and growth. And then secondly, why I want to become the Vice President of Nigerian Society of Engineers is I want to, dwell and emphasize on professional development. That has to do with continuing education, provide regular workshops, seminars, trainings, programs, and also enhance skills acquisition. And then number 2, if elected as the Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, I want to have an industry partnership. By industry partnership, I'm going to collaborate with organizations to offer internship and create job opportunities, and then research grants to engineers to carry out research. And then if elected as Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, I also want to empower young engineers, empower the initiative by supporting students and the young engineers. And then I'm also going to engage in community outreach, organize events promoting education, engineering, career, community development projects, partner with local organizations to develop sustainable solutions. I'm also going to emphasize on diversity and inclusion. By diversity and inclusion, I mean that we are going to posture a culture of equality, respect diversity background, and in all perspectives. And then again, if elected as the Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, we are also going to dwell on innovation and sustainability. We are going to emphasize on research and development. We are going to encourage research innovations through funding, mentorships, and resources. So that's, explains why I want to become the Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. And then the second question, I don't know if I will be reminded my second question, Ma.
Sorry.
The second question.
The question is, outline 3 responsibilities you want to shoulder if you become the NSE president, vice president, sorry.
As to the three responsibilities I want to shoulder if I am elected as the Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers is, as I've mentioned in my mission and visions, we have to change the narratives of things. We have to be emphasizing on mentorship, internship, reach out to organizations, create collaborations, so that the narrative will change. It will no longer be business as usual. So that these are some of the basic things if I'm elected as the Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers that I will be doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You can have your seat. Next. Okay. Yeah, please. Okay. The next should take the podium. Please, sir, we would want you to introduce yourself. Tell us where you're coming from, what zone you're coming from, and then answer the 3 questions. You pick a number. I will read the question to you. Then you introduce yourself. Tell us the zone you're coming from, and tell us why you want to become the VP of NSE, and then answer the question you picked. Thank you. So you can go ahead and pick a number.
Number 5.
Sorry?
Number 5.
Okay.
Good
Describe
evening, all.
situations where your leadership yielded tangible results and outline your leadership methodology. Should I say it again?
Thank you. Tangible results.
Your time starts now.
Good evening, all. The President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, all other protocols duly and respectfully observed. I am Engineer Basoine Joshua Benibo, a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, a fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers. I am registered with Current for the past 22 years. I've been in the Nigerian Society of Engineers for 32 years. And I have engineering experience of 42 years. I am presently a serving commissioner of special duties in the Rivers State government. I worked with the Ministry of Works and retired as a director designs in the civil department. Under me, several highways, bridges, and roads were constructed. I was chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers in 2006 and 2007. During which time, I initiated the coveted Engineering Resource Center, a center that was supposed to collect the knowledge of engineers and disseminate. A center that was supposed to be an outsourcing center for solving problems. We are seriously working on our engineering resource center. I bought 30 plots of land during my chairmanship in a very high-profile area in Port Harcourt. I want to join the executive of the Nigerian Society of Engineers as a vice president to maximize the contributions of engineers in this our country, in the nation building. It will be my pleasure to join the executive to pursue Madam President's vision of rebirthing the growth, empowerment, and advancement of engineering in Nigeria. I have, with my experience that I have garnered in civil service, as a past chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, And as a serving commissioner of special duties, I will perform my duties diligently as to achieve greater level of accomplishment with the work team and pursue the achievement of the NSE strategic development agenda. I will work towards more recognition of the Nigerian engineers and upholding the engineers in very high esteem. I, as a politician, will create political awareness and sensitization of Nigerian engineers into partisan politics. And the main aim of doing that is for engineers to be involved in governance and to manage this country, to be in the decision-making body of the country. I congratulate Madam President for pursuing the entry level of engineers from grade level 9 to grade level 10. And I promise, as a serving commissioner, I will pursue the implementation in my state, for us to get it as soon as, for it to be implemented as soon as possible. I therefore present myself with humility as a candidate for the position of Vice President South-South. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Time up.
Thank you.
You just finished at the right time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Next. So I think we will do it this way. You introduce yourself, you tell us the zone you come from, you answer the question why you want to be the VP of NSE, and after you answer those questions, then we read the question, right? Then we read your question. You pick the question you want to you would answer. Do you get it?
Question number 10.
No, I'm not going to read it now. I'll read it later. You introduce yourself, tell us where you're coming from, then you answer why you want to be the VP of NSE before I read your question. So go ahead, your time starts now.
My name is Engineer Okodwa Dauda Aluya. Or you can say Aluya Dauda Okodwa. Provided that Dauda is at the middle, I will respond to you. Madam President, it is my pleasure to recognize you as a pace-setter of this great organization, our great Nigerian Society of Engineers. Kindly permit me to rely on the well-established protocol. Why do I want to serve as Vice President of this great society? I have told you my name, Aluya Dauda Okodwa.
Yes, it has been picked.
Of course, we all know that freedom is not freely given to the oppressed by the oppressors. It is usually demanded for by the oppressed. And of course, for us to move the economy of Nigeria forward, for us to make the Nigerian people to experience prosperity, the Nigerian engineers has to get it right. And how do we get it right? Charity begins at home. I have served in various capacities. I served first as assistant PRO in Asaba branch. And then, due to job seeking, I found myself in Edo State, and I served as vice chairman of Ekpoma branch in 2013. Having discovered the problem of those of us who reside in Edo North, Auchi Polytechnic and environs, we usually travel to Ekpoma to have our meetings, and we close late and return back. of course, for those of us who are familiar with the terrain, we know that between Agbede and Ego, no, there is kidnapping that is rampant in that place. And as an engineer, we must solve that problem. And so we decided and put on our thinking cap that we must have a branch that is domiciled in Auchi. And I was a pioneer in that. And then I became the pioneer chairman of NSE Auchi branch, and that problem was solved. And that gave the opportunity for the industries that are domiciled in Edo North to come together and think with us as engineers, and we are able to forge.
Your time is up for the 2 questions, so you have 3 minutes to answer out of the questions we have for you. So you pick a number, please.
Number 10.
Number 10. How can NSE and government agencies team up to catalog and domesticate imported technologies efficiently? 3 minutes. How can NSE and government agencies team up to catalog and domesticate imported technologies efficiently? Your time starts now.
Having served in Koren as a council member in 2018 and 2021, we looked at the OBE, the outcome-based education system, and we traveled out. We went to Pakistan, we went to Malaysia, we went to understudy the engineering system in those countries. And then we came back with what we learned from those countries back to Nigeria, and we now looked at the curriculum. We started working on the curriculum. We approached the government of the day to say that this is the way to go. And of course, the NUC and the Nigerian universities and the polytechnics, they are already keen into that, to say that hands-on is the best and it is the way to go. In collaboration, we will try, I will assist Madam President in achieving her goals. And in her goals is this collaboration, bringing the engineering, bringing the stakeholders, the industry and government together to forge innovations and make sure that things are properly done. We will get the industries, we'll get government, we'll get the engineers into a dialoguing table. And in that dialoguing table, we'll fashion the best possible way we can operate together that will bring much prosperity to our Nigerian engineers and to our citizens in Nigeria. Of course, we can start from the university base, reinventing, reactivating the JET Club, the Junior Engineers, Technologies, and Scientists competition. By that, we will encourage the young ones to participate more in engineering activities. We would approach government as a body, because when you talk about NSE, NSE is a very big brand. We have our members in the legislations, we have our members in the executive arms, we have our members all in the civil service, in the public service, who engage our members, who come to a round table and see how we can foster a better relationship. And of course, how to access loan also for our members, to access finance for our members who are in the industry, who wants to get things done. I think with this, that relationship can be fostered and we'll have a better working relationship. I still have some time. I still have some time, so I want to revert back and make use of it. Why do I want to become a vice president? Having served NSE as 4-time National ESCO member, having served in Korean Council, 2018 to 2021, I have learned a lot. I know how NSE operates. I know how Korean as a professional body operates. And I know the suffering of the Nigerian engineers. I know the suffering of the young engineers. And so all this will be put to fruition and Nigerian engineers will benefit. With this, I want to make myself available to serve at the position of vice president.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you. Next.
Thank you. Well, I have the floor. My name is Engineer Aliyu Ibrahim Dusima. I come from Northwest, in Katsina State, and I'm being for the position of Vice President Northwest by God's grace. You see, I have been a 3-time ESCO member, and during that time, I've learned a lot in how NSC and its committees works. I feel I have enough experience to become a vice president and contribute better to the NSC in the development. My biggest worry is quackery in the industry of engineering. So many people, so many artisans want to answer engineer. Why? Because the name is beautiful, lucrative, or what? That is quackery. And even quackery among the among the professionals. An arc on site will answer engineer. It should not be. The QS on site will answer engineer. That is professional quackery. What we need to do is relate with Koren via ERM. Koren has the regulation. NSC has the engineers. With that team, we can and we will flush out all quacks in the industry by prosecuting whoever parades himself as an engineer and is never one. When we do that, we can now provide a lot of jobs for our teaming engineers. By that, our engineers will have no reason to complain.
You had 2 minutes to answer the question, so you now pick your question.
Come again?
Pick your question, please.
You said I have to finish introducing myself before
No, you have answered that part,
Okay,
2
fine.
minutes. Now you have 3 minutes to pick a question and answer it.
Question number 4.
Describe the most impactful engineering process improvements you've spearheaded or created.
Well, engineering, come again, the question, please.
Describe the most impactful engineering process improvements you've spearheaded or created.
Well, what I did to bring my own contribution to the engineering industry, when I was a branch chairman, the NSC Secretariat was occupied by the state government. And I led that until I retrieved that secretariat from government occupation. And when I was a branch chairman, the government of the day was appointing anybody into the engineering parastatals. I remember clearly that then Katsina State Road Maintenance Agency was headed by a non-engineer. I led my team, we wrote to the governor, we found him and complained that this agency was set up as an engineering agency and it therefore needs to be headed by an engineer. The governor listened, and next year, an engineer was appointed at the head of that parastatal. Until today, the Katsina State Road Maintenance Agency is still headed by an engineer. Thank you, and God bless.
I want to make a modification to our rules. Instead of having just 2 time allotments, you just have your 5 minutes and you answer the 2 questions the way you like.
So pick a question, sir.
What's the 10? 10.
10 has been taken. Pick another number.
12.
How will you re-engineer the dues payment process to boost member participation and value perception?
Come again.
How will you re-engineer the dues payment of NSE.
Thank you.
To boost our member participation and value perception.
In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Madam President, permit me to stand on the already established protocol. My name is Engineer Abdul Rashid Babalola, an Associate Professor of Chemical Engineering. I am here to speak as a Vice President candidate to represent Southwest Zone. My passion to become the Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers is to join Madam President in, she has been achieving the vision and mission of the society. Joining her is to consolidate and also look forward to an improvement in how to ensure that advocacy, which is one of our mandates, and others are achieved. As a member of the society, I was the branch chairman of Kaduna branch, a national executive member for 5 good times. I've learned a lot from my elders. I want to give back. The pay of due, we have noticed a lot of people say, what is NSE doing for them? By so doing, they are refusing to pay due. Simple. I want to bring the experience that we use in the Society of Chemical Engineering. What we did was to take the statistics of those that are really not interested in paying. We discover they are the academics, which I also belong to that category. What we did was we now set up a committee, and we concluded that we give rebates to the lecturers that we know because of this IPPIS, they are not paying. And thereafter, everybody started to pay when they notice that, yes, they have a reduced dues to pay. Thereafter, then, they have been paying because they know if they are likely to accumulate again, it will be a burden to them. That's it for that. Also, within the period, I have joined the Society of Engineers to collaborate with the young engineers. I have over 1,000 mentees in various, which I lecture to them time to time, and they have never seen reason not to pay due. Because when you advocate to them and you tell them what they need to do, I also give skill, practical skill to young engineers, whereby they can earn living. By so doing, they won't complain of not paying due. I must very sincerely say, my passion has developed to the extent that I have given webinar on advocacies to over 48 branches of NSE and chapters. Everybody here will bear me witness that time to time, hardly do we see 2 weeks that I will not give webinar to branches, and it is usually on highly impacted area of engineering. I have joined the federal government in the advocacy of CNG, and I have always, time to time, ensure the safety aspect of CNG and what is unsafe out of CNG. I have also developed articles on leadership, because when the leaders get it right, the younger ones will follow. Everybody here that gets my email know that this is 36 edition of my articles on leadership, and also the 4th edition on the article on CNG. Having said this, when we all have a way to ensure the paying of due will not be a problem to members. I think that is what I can say about that. Let me also say a little about what I've been doing. When I was chairman of NSE Kaduna branch, I facilitated the electrification of a village of about 42 communities. That is the Juji. And the place was electrified, and the king of that place even came and promised to give me chieftaincy title. So we have been doing our best to ensure NSC moved to the next stage. There are many achievements. I also contributed. My branch had spouses group. You can see our spouses, our pride. They make our conference very interesting. When I came down, 7 years down the drain, we have not had any spouses. Today, Kaduna spouses are one of the best spouses. I brought that up. I have so many things that I have done. I also relocated our secretariat to a permanent area in Kaduna. Everybody here who is Kaduna, I have my elders here. They can bear me witness. I have passion to serve as the first president of NSC. Go tomorrow and vote me, and I will perform. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next. Pick a number, sir.
6.
Propose strategies to safeguard engineering professionalism from unqualified practitioners.
Good evening. I'm standing on the existing protocol. My name is Engineer Rabiu Haruna, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Few of what I'm proud to share with us here is, after being the chairman of Nigerian Society of Engineers Kano chapter, at that time, an opportunity to also, because of the advocacy and the activities we did during that time before the end of my tenure, I received a call from the executive governor of Kano State, and he invited us to participate in a number of key projects his government was conducting. The 5-kilometer roads, the hydropower, 10 megawatts, and the trailer park. And I'm happy to share with you that I invited active members and qualified engineers from the branch that made a submission that today was implemented. And the Speaker of the House of State Assembly, who received our report, can bear me witness, who was recently made the Minister of Housing in the Federal Ministry of Housing, Abdullahi Atta. And across the intergovernmental relationships, my senior colleagues can bear me witness from the branch, how I brought the branch closer to the state government during the Kano 2019, when we were having difficulty to have access to the executive governor of Kano State. I single-handedly got an access to the executive governor and brought all the senior colleagues to have access, and the governor listened to our request, and he appended and approved our request. These are some key. And after becoming my tenure of chairman, the professional bodies in Kano State identified with me and elected me to be the vice. And during that time, as a vice chairman of the professional bodies Kano chapter, we developed a document with a view to address the critical concern in the state. And what are these concerns? Building collapse, flooding, fire inferno, and unemployment. And I stand before you here, I have a copy of the bill to which we developed and submitted to the executive governor of Kano State, and as well I led an advocacy to the Speaker of House of Assembly Kano State with a view to see this bill get light of the day. And what is this bill going to address? Create employment for the young ones, address the concern of flooding, building collapse, and fire inferno. In addition, engineering proposal that for the second question, this bill that we develop will address the concern of engineering concern in the state and create job opportunities in Kano State. And I also wish to, whether I have an opportunity to be the vice president of Nigerian Society of Engineers or not, I invite those who are interested to copy this model with a view to address some of these concerns if they really do have in their respective branches. In addition to that, creating opportunities and improving the professional competence of our young engineers if given the opportunity to be the vice president. I have a template model that can create opportunity for nothing less than 3,000 graduate engineers to start their internship in the telecom sector where I was trained. I urge and invite you to give me this opportunity, and I will present the template, and I'm ready to lead and present during the collaboration with the respective agency to present and defend this template that will create nothing less than 3,000 internship opportunities within the telecom sector and cut across the country, not particularly in one region. I stand and I believe in this, and if you give me the opportunity, I will prove it right to you, God willing. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak before you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Madam President. And thank you, past President, and all members here with me.
Next.
My name is Engineer Dr. Felicia Nena Agobata.
Sorry, please, you pick a number before you...
Oh, number 2.
Okay. How will you harmonize NSE's divisions for cohesive growth?
Thank you. My name is Engineer Dr. Felicia Nena Agobata. I'm putting up myself for the position of Vice President Southeast of the foremost engineering institution in the world, Nigerian Society of Engineers. I am a dream and equity and inclusion advocate. Presently Vice President Corporate Services. I am the 2024 Engineering Role Model Awardee nominee by the Royal Academy of Engineering, UK. I'm putting up myself to contest for this position because I want to support the President and ensure that the NSC strategic agenda is implemented. We know that the strategic agenda is based on 5 pillars. And those 5 pillars, out of the 5 pillars, I have competence in the 4 of the pillars. I was the past president of APWEN, 15th president of APWEN. When it comes to collaboration, I can collaborate. I've done it before, collaborating with the foremost pinnacle of the Nigerian economy, the Nigerian Society, NMPC, to initiate and implement our flagship program called the Invent It, Build It. We were fearless. We moved throughout the 6 geopolitical zones in the country. Coming to support the President to implement some of these projects, because already in the NSC strategic agenda, all we need to do is to ensure that we bring what we've done in APWEN to bear. Because we don't need to reinvent the wheel. All we need to do is to bring the successes we've made, look at lessons learned, and improve on our processes. Then coming to how do we make the divisions cohesive? There is need for divisions to try and limit themselves to why they are actually there in terms of professional development of engineering and engineering practice. We need to ensure that divisions are well positioned to do what? To collaborate, develop codes, develop standards, and ensure that engineering practice is taken to the next level and are par with our counterparts in developed world and in developing countries. I will tell you, under equity and inclusion, presently I'm mentoring the Institute of Engineers Kenya on a project called Engineering Alliance. When we talk about collaboration, we're going to bring in international bodies and even corporate organizations to collaborate with NSC for growth. Because one of the key points of this presidency of the current president is rebirthing of the NSC for growth and development. And we must ensure that we do that. And the time is what? Is now. Thank you and God bless you all.
Yeah, you can pick a number.
Number 11.
It has been taken. We have 7, 8, 9, and 11. So out of it, you can pick.
I said 11.
No. Okay. How would you leverage global best practices to strengthen NSE division's code and standard development?
Okay. Madam President, all protocol duly observed. My name is Engineer Ibrahim Hamadiko, vying the post of Vice President Northeast. The reason why I want to go for this post is that having served as a national ESCO for 3 years and having served under Madam President, when she came up with one document where the council adopted that document as Nigerian Society of Engineers strategic document. So, and we've started implementing that, but that time, Manifesto, I want to go there as VP to assist Madam to realize our own laudable programs in that strategic agenda. Also, during that process, I want to assure our members that I will be guided by the MIMAT of our society, because everybody here is being guided by the MIMAT and nobody is above that MIMAT. So I will be guided by the MIMAT. Whatever we are going to do, make sure that is according to the rules. Also, presently, I am the chairman of Industry and Academia Collaboration, where we bring in academic institutions and industries to see how we can collaborate. As I can tell you, I have some of my members here, they have seen the passion I've taken in realizing that it went to the extent of we have now proposed a bill to reveal ITF. And we are just waiting for one of our own to sponsor the bill, one of our senators in the National Assembly to sponsor the bill. And also, during if elected, I will assist Madam President in promoting advocacy, also initiate more welfare programs to our engineers in terms of job security, pension, and other things. So, Madam, what is the question? Sorry, please.
How would you leverage global best practices to strengthen NSE division's code and standard development?
Well, we all know our divisions, they are responsible for professional development. We'll engage our divisions to come up with codes and standards that can meet up the global standards. We'll also encourage our divisions to come up with seminars, workshops, so that our members will be developed in their professions. I think with that, our divisions will now meet up to the standard worldwide. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Question number 7.
Outline initiatives to enhance NSE's relevance and benefits for members' career growth and job security.
Good evening, all. My name is Engineer Jansi Tanko, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Fellow Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers. I want to run for the office of the Vice President representing the North Central, and this is because I want to contribute my own quota towards the development of our great society. If I say I want to come and give engineers this and that, I may be lying. I have to come in, if elected, to support the already well-established 5-point agenda of Madam President that was carefully selected for the development of the society with the great support of the Deputy President. I will align myself with these 5-point agendas, particularly the one that talks about collaborations. Collaborations towards the upliftment of this, our society. And we have witnessed tremendous development in the area of collaboration with both private and governmental organizations. I want to tell you that I have served this society right from the branch level, and in my division, I have also served from the chapter chairman up to the position of the national chairman of all civil engineers in this country. And the area of collaboration is very key. We really have to ensure that we place the engineering profession in the position that we have as a respect in this country. If you look around, you will find out that we have been complaining and praying that we have most of our members get into offices of government where policies are being established for the good of our engineering practice. Engineers are being relegated, and I want to appreciate the works of the President that the starting level of our engineers in the civil service have been uplifted from grade level 9 to grade level 10. And that is what we have to sustain. And that is why I have to key into the program of Madam President to ensure that our name or our position is well established to an extent that we will be given our right place to practice. Let this country or let the government have confidence in engineers that we can do what expatriates are doing. We really need to work out these programs to ensure that we place engineers in our rightful positions. And going to the question that talks about, can you just repeat the question, please?
Outline initiatives to enhance NSE's relevance and benefits for members' career growth and job security.
Yes, relevance of NSE is very key because we need to organize programs that will sensitize our engineers to be fully aware of our practice. I can tell you that I have served this country in the field of engineering in my former workplace, the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, up to the position of a zonal director. We really need to do what we call professional development, where we will organize workshops, technical visits, where our engineers are kept abreast of our engineering practice. And of course, job security is all about we ensuring that our engineers are well placed and our engineers carry out their duties without being found wanting in the execution of their works. So we'll ensure that our engineers get the requisite knowledge on the work by promoting frequent workshops, seminars, both home and outside the country, where we will get technology from outside, bring it to our country, see how we put it into our system by educating our engineers and making them to be very, very well knowledgeable in the performance of their duties. By so doing, their jobs will be secured in their workplaces and whatever they are asked to do, either in the private sector or in the government organizations. I want to thank you and believe that by the grace of God, I will give every support, if elected, to Madam President to ensure that she continues to succeed in her programs for the good of this society. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Up. You're to pick 8 or 9.
Question 8.
How would you address the issue of candidate desperation in NSE elections while promoting professional excellence? Your time starts now.
Madam President, members of NSE, permit me to stand on the existing protocol. My name is Engineer Rachel Sermo Uge. I served as the branch chairman of NSE Kaduna, first female chairman of that branch. I served in the National Aid School of Appoint, Mechanical Institution, and I've also served in so many national committees of NSE. Presently, I'm serving as the Aid School member, Asset Management. Last year, I served in the Collaboration and Linkages Committee, which I being the vice chairman of these boards. During my vice chairman as collaboration, we worked on so many collaborations with industries, educational systems, governments, for the benefit of NSC. We did some international collaborations too, where some of our young engineers would be trained, get skills so that they will get better jobs for themselves. Why I want to become the vice president of NSC is I want to assist Madam President to achieve her strategic agendas, which most importantly is rebuilding NSC. As the Vice President, Asset Management, I serve as the Chairman of Investment Committee, where I brought to the fore, first time NSC has done short-term investment, which is something that has never happened. I also served as the Vice Chairman in the Asset Management. When I was given that position, somebody asked me what I did that they gave me that post, because they feel asset management is one of the abandoned committees. But as we speak, everybody is eyeing that committee because we have brought up NSC assets that they have been abandoned. Now everybody is seeing that assets of NSC in the nearest future will be giving NSC money on their investments. So I want to come in as the vice president so that we improve on these things that I've been doing and also assist Madam President and the ESCO for moving NSC to higher heights. The question is about elections. Indeed, the desperation of some candidates in getting some of these positions is too much. I am happy that for the past 2 years, things have changed a little. Some of us have never spent money to contest. And it's one initiative that the committee brought to control some of these excesses. No more open campaigns. It has helped. Because if you know what you want to bring to the table, you won't be printing posters and whatnot to come and paste in the conference venues. So I feel members have to look at their abilities, what they can do for NSC, and bring to the fore, rather than using money, using all sorts of things to campaign with. With that, I want to thank you, and God bless.
Thank you. Next.
Come and give them properly. Come and give them properly. Climb and give them.
So you have the last question, which is number 9. I will read it to you. What initiatives will you implement to make public service more appealing to engineers through competitive entry points and compensation?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Permit me to especially recognize my delectable president, Engineer Margaret Aino Oguntala, FNSC, as I stand on the already well-established protocol. Distinguished colleagues, I remain in the service of NSC, Engineer Dr. Halimat S. Adediro, FNSC F9MEC-E, F9MEC-E. I stand before you today to ask for your mandate to represent you as Vice President Southwest. Engineering and innovation rules the world, and NSC has to take its place in the scheme of things as far as this nation is concerned. And supporting Madam President in bringing great professional dividends to our members by strategically positioning this great society. Distinguished colleagues, I've served this great society in several capacities. I've represented us at several forums, both locally and internationally. I have served as National ESCO member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers 4 times. I've served as the National Vice President of the Nigerian Institution of Facility Engineering Management. I have served in several committees and represented us in several fora. While serving as the chairman of Mechanical Committee in 2017, I led a delegation of NSC to the National Assembly to defend the bill or the repeal of gas flaring in Nigeria. I led the team of NSC delegation to National Assembly in 2018 on the public hearing and also submit a memorandum on the reenactment of the railway bill. And I have served also as the branch chairman of NSC Buhari branch from 2020 to 2022. Distinguished colleagues, I became the branch chairman in 2020, the year of COVID-19, when physical gathering was not permitted. And distinguished colleagues, all of you know that the branch was mere 2 years old of its establishment when I became the branch chairman. And I moved that branch from almost zero to hero 2 times as best performing branch of the year among 87 branches back to back before I handed over as the chairman. That was not a mean feat. I was driven by passion when I was presented with an award in Glasgow, all the way in Scotland in July this year. It was an award of excellent leadership. While in Nigeria, I collaborated with our branch in the diaspora. While serving as the branch chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers Buhari branch, it was as if we saw into the future, into the 5 strategic agenda of the present administration, which is rich community impacts, international and national collaboration, strengthening our international ties, collaborating with governments at various levels, the academia and the industry, and developing and building capacity for our members, which is very key, as well as mentorship for the young engineers, because there should be continuity in this profession. We all know that engineering is hands-on. If you do not have the experience, you don't have anything to offer. And for goodness sake, you offer something for money, which is either service or goods. While serving as the chairman of NSC Buhari branch, we collaborated with several ministries. We had 7 ministers, 7 of them, at our branch events. They came as guest speakers. They collaborated with us, they partnered with us. 7 ministers, 2 governors, and they delivered the papers themselves. They were always eager and willing to collaborate with the Nigeria Society of Engineers. And that was a robust collaboration that gave birth to the building of a brand new block of classrooms, furnished, fully furnished with brand new furniture, donated to one of the public schools in Duse, because that was driven by the passion that engineering must start from the foundation. And if the foundation is good, then you have a good product. Therefore, we were driven to impact the society by building that block of classrooms and donated it fully furnished. Before then, the students or the pupils were learning on the bar floor with roofs, deteriorating. And we also sang solar-powered borehole for the population, the community under my jurisdiction of the branch that is densely populated. We also gave scholarships to 12 best performing students of SS3 classes to be able to encourage them to take up engineering in the tertiary institution. Distinguished colleagues, without government engagement or collaborating with us, NSC, as we know, will be maybe a mere social gathering. So I am going to work assiduously with Madam President to be able to bring about the rebirth of NSC. Our members are asking, what is NSC doing for me? What is NSC doing for me? And it is now time for us to say, we're going to work together to ensure that we have an NSC that works for us. The NSC that every one of us can be proud of. The NSC that every one of us can say, yes, I want to be a member. Thank you. Thank you. Madam Moderator, the question, please. The question.
No, you have not answered our question.
Answer the question. The question, please.
Okay, the question is, your time is up. You haven't answered the question and your time is up. Thank you.
I said, what is the question? Give me the question.
Madam, your time is up.
Thank you.
Okay, with this, we are done with the vice presidential candidates. We are done with the vice presidential candidate. I will move immediately to ESCO members. Do I ask those who are engaging to come forward, or do they stay where they are? Stay where you are. Stay where God has put you. So for you, it's going to be 3 minutes. In fact, aim to finish in 2.5 minutes. 3 minutes to take all of you. On behalf of the people, you will do it for 2 minutes.
Okay, we started from the far left. Now we're starting from the far right. Yeah, they have to go to the podium. Please, you can go to the podium. Let me have your picture.
Thank you. Question 1.
Question 1. Okay, you have 1 to 12 questions. So question 1, how would you harness NSE's expertise to bridge the industry education gap in engineering education. Introduce yourself, tell us where you're coming from, and answer the question.
Okay,
2
thank you very
minutes,
much.
please.
My name is Engineer Dayabu Tijani, a fellow of the society. I'm past chairman of Kano. Okay, I'm past chairman of Kano branch of the society. I served the branch in several capacities, right from the Assistant General Secretary, Secretary General, Vice Chairman, then the chairman of the branch. I present myself to be a national ESCO. As we know that Nigerian Society of Engineers is an engineering and knowledge-based society. And therefore, we are guided by a book, in this case, our article and memorandum of the association. And the article 13, subsection 4, AI and A2 stipulates the action of the national ESCO, which is to serve as the vice chairman of all the vice presidents in different committee and board of council, and also to act as directed by the president. So I will make myself available to support Madam President to achieve her aim. While we come to the question asked, that is the linkages between academic and industry. This is an issue that has been coming off for several decades, where there are a lot of researches that is happening in our research institutions and universities, but they were not transformed into, practical engineering system or product. So in this case, as a, like a subordinate to the president, I can't bring an issue differently to go in line, not in line with what the president is. Mine is just an advice, which I think if the academic identify what the industry needs. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, please. Go ahead.
Question number 2.
Number two. What strategies would you employ to revitalize mentorship among senior and young engineers?
Strategies to do what?
What strategies would you employ to revitalize mentorship among senior and young engineers?
Thank you very much. Madam President of our great society, permit me to lean on the existing protocol. My name is Agbiji Ndifon Mbe. I hold a bachelor's degree in engineering. I have a master's degree in civil engineering. I hold a PhD in civil engineering from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. I have served as branch chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers Calabar branch, and currently, by your magnanimity, I'm serving as a national ESCO member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. As branch chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers Calabar branch, I constructed, furnished, and commissioned the Calabar Engineering Center. As branch chairman of NSC Calabar branch, I constructed solar-powered water scheme in the NSC Engineering Center of NSC Calabar branch. As branch chairman of NSC Calabar branch, I acquired 38 hectares of land, initiated the premier engineers estate in Cross River State. As ESCO member, it will interest you to note, I've worked closely with Madam President, and I initiated the memo on the enhanced salary scale of engineers. And today, under the visionary leadership of Madam President, we are celebrating the enhanced entry point of engineers to grade level 10. This is my initiative. To what I would do if elected as the national ESCO member. As an ESCO member, I initiated the enhanced entry point of engineers, And it will interest you to know that the Council of Establishment met a while ago, and discussions are in the ongoing for the implementation of this laudable agenda. I will work with Madam President. I will build collaboration across board and ensure that the grade level third of engineers is implemented. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Your time is up. Next, please. Pick a number, please, sir.
Number 7.
When you were the branch chairman of the branch, of your branch, what was your major challenge and how did you handle it?
Madam President, distinguished engineers, I am Engineer Abraham Agadike, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, a serving member of the National ESCO, and I come to seek your support for re-election into the National ESCO. First, why do I want to be a member of the National ESCO? I tell you why. Everybody agrees that 2024 has been a special year for the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Madam President has achieved so many breakthroughs in engineering, and her success has been as a result of her team. She has been able to build a very strong team, and by the grace of God, I want to say that I was a key member of Madam President's success team, the winning team of 2024. Having said that, I want to continue with the good works of Madam President so that NSE will move to the next level. When I was branch chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers at Jokuta branch, I experienced a lot of low morale as the branch chairman. Many engineers were not happy with the way things were going, but by my convincing, I was able to bring them together, and today we have a very, very vibrant branch. We were able to initiate so many professional development courses. We had AutoCAD training, we had project management training, we even gathered our wives and spouses in having something like skills acquisition. And in that way, we galvanized interest in the Nigerian Society of Engineers. And today, that branch is vibrant, is dynamic, and they are really here in large numbers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next. Pick a number.
Question 5.
Identify 2 key responsibilities you will shoulder as an ESCO member if elected.
Good evening, all. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. My name is Engineer Usman Abubakar. I'm from Bauchi branch. I want to represent the good people of Northeast at the ESCO level. The essence or why I want to contest is nothing, but honestly speaking, our IPP is my mentor. He encouraged me to be part and parcel of NSC. I started as a treasurer. I passed through secretary, financial secretary, and so forth and forth, up to vice secretary, up to the chairman. Now, I had enough, both the experience and I have contributed. So, my reason is I just want to come and contribute my own quota based on the experience I had from our mentors, more especially the past president, may his bless or rest in peace, Ike Inua. So I want to put in my best based on what I have understand. Now, as an ESCO, well, I am representing a group of people. I must go back and ask them, what do we want? But what I have in mind, I want to encourage this issue of community engineering. During President Mokolu, he encouraged us as branch chairman that we should come up with a project
that it will be identified by the engineers at that level. So I look at it, this is a very good program. So as an ESCO, God's willing, I am going to do everything possible. I am going to seek for the support of my...
Thank you. Next. Pick a number.
Please.
Sorry?
The question. Number 6.
What really do you want to achieve as an ESCO of NSE, if elected?
Very good. First and foremost, I want to thank the NSE leadership for all the effort they put in bringing us to to where we are today. Without their efforts, we wouldn't have a robust NSE to deal with. My name is Engineer Musa Egombo Muhammad FNSE, a past chairman of Nigerian Society of Engineers, Egbin Ikorodu branch. I've achieved a lot when I was the chairman of the branch. I did the only thing that has never been done in the council. I changed the name of my branch to give the leadership, to give the sense of belonging to the engineers that are around us, because the insinuation was the branch was for Egbin Power PLC. So I sought for the change of name in the council, and I was given, but it was not easy. What do I, repeat the question please? What do I intend to achieve? Okay, what I intend to achieve is a total support in terms of strategy formulation, and whatever assignment the leadership of the NSC gives me to do. I don't accept failure as a reason. I use plan, do, act, and check. We must continue to improve our processes in the Nigerian Society of Engineers for the betterment of the society and to give a sense of belonging to our younger ones, those who we are mentoring, the upcoming ones, so that everybody will be happy that he is an engineer in this country. Chinese are taking our businesses everywhere you go. They are
Thank
building
you.
bridges.
Your time is up, sir.
Our civil engineers can do that. We need to push for policies that will allow our engineers to build bridges in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next. Pick a number, ma.
The very last one.
12. Can you outline the methodologies of leadership you would embark to achieve your vision if elected as a national ESCO?
My name is Mrs. NSE Ezioku. I want to emphasize that NSE, it does not mean Nigerian Society of Engineers. It means Nkem Silas Ezimade. The methodology I will use, you see, something of NSE, engineering, the society itself is for welfare. Society has the divisional arm also that is for technological impartment. So the methodology I will use is to combine both. I will use the welfare side to make sure that when you need us, you see us. And the technological arm to ensure that whatever is obtained in diaspora is also obtained here in this country. I have served as ESCO member before. A few of you that were in council with me, you know how bold I am. You know how I can stand up and stand for you. In terms of welfare, a good number of us seated here know how I have identified with you when you needed it. In Kano, I will go. Your daughter is wedding. Your father died.
your brother did this or that, you will see Ezioku. Many of you know that. I have selflessly served NSC. NSC is me. I am NSC. I have the passion. I have passionately given all that it takes to identify with NSC. I am begging you for this vote. I plead with you because I know that when you give it, you have given it to a God-fearing woman. Thank you very much. I want you to know that I love you from the depth of my heart. Thank you very much.
Pick a number, sir.
Question number 3.
How would you redefine NSE divisional roles, enhancing cooperation and reducing conflicts?
Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I remain Engineer Ibrahim Kaua, past chairman, Gombe branch. I served Nigerian Society of Engineers at branch level, which is Gombe branch, for 14 years. I started from assistant secretary up to secretary, vice chairman, chairman, IPC, and S official. And my major achievements during my tenure as branch chairman, I was the one that started the secretariat building of Gombe State. And in a year, when I came in as a chairman, we have only 1 fellow in Gombe State. I facilitate the registration of 10 fellows. My question, how collaboration between divisions?
How would you redefine NSE divisional roles, enhancing cooperation and reducing conflicts?
We have so many divisions in NNC, and each division has its own functions and objectives. So we'll support the president, and with the assistance of our ESCO, we'll identify which, we'll come up with rules and regulations for each division to avoid conflict of interest. I'm here before you aspiring for the position of National ESCO Northeast. Thank you.
Next. Pick a number. Pick a number.
Number 9. Number 9.
How would you address the issue of candidate desperation in NSE elections while promoting professional excellence?
Thank you very much. My name is Engineer Bashir Mohammed, past chairman of Nigerian Society of Engineers, Ikorodu branch. Yes, the main purpose of engineers is to serve humanity. And by serving humanity, I have one point agenda that I want to discuss with the Mr. President that will join the Mr. President agenda, that the main issue of Nigeria now is power. We don't have power. I'm from power. I have done in power up to 25 years old. But what is happening now in power is something that supposed not to happen. And we're engineers. And 99% of people talking in power, when you listen to experts in our own industry, TV, you see that they are either lawyers or other professions, not the exact people that are supposed to discuss about power. So my own agenda is to see that I discuss with the Mr. President by her own approval. Maybe we will come with a committee that will champion the chain of Nigerian system. Because all what is happening, yes, it's been long in our own branch chairman. I used to don't look, I don't talk. Why not talking? Because I realize that we have elders that they are from powers industry and they are not talking. So, but when sorry.
Thank you, sir. Your time is up. Next. Pick a number, sir.
Number 2.
It has been taken.
Number 4.
What strategies would you employ to enhance the professional image of the NSC?
Come again.
What strategies will you employ to enhance the professional image of NSE?
My name is Engineer Benjamin Ozobeme, past chairman NSC Warri branch. The question is strategies to enhance the
Professional image of NSE. What strategies will you employ to enhance the professional image of NSE?
Yes, in my branch, they call me Mr. Publicity. They call me Mr. Publicity. And if you look at what our president is doing, she's doing a lot. And what she's doing is making it public. Let them know that if she's doing something very good, the world is aware of it. We have our Minister of Works. She's building concrete roads. You need to make it public, announce it, advocate, so that people will see, yes, that engineers are doing something very good. So on the area of that question, we need to increase our communication, publicity, advocacy. Let them know that engineers are doing a lot of things. We are doing a lot, but people don't know. In my branch, we have a radio program to enhance, publicize engineers and what they do. We are doing a lot, but how many of us know about it? Thank you.
Thank you. Pick a number.
Question number 2.
It has been taken. You have 8, 10, and 11. So pick out of.
Okay, 8. Joron Hamidu. I have Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, specializing in optimization and processes. I am coming from Northeast Zone, contesting for executive official. My journey in the society began in 2006 when I served also as alternative chairman during the investiture of my branch chairman, Engineer TSG Woodil. From there, I developed interest in the activities of the society. At the national, I was appointed into computer-based professional examination in 2017. While during the deliberations on the modalities on how to design examination, CBT exam, after the deliberation that very day, I was appointed as chairman, subcommittee, training and sensitization. Thereafter, we suggested ways to conduct this exam, of which one of the contestants here was a committee member. We designed the criteria for conducting the CBT for different levels, for exam administrators, for exam authors, and then the examinees. From there, I now developed full-fledged interest in the society.
Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you, sir. Next. Thank you. Your time is up. You have 10 or 11, pick a number. What are the strategies you will want to adopt to prevent quacks in the engineering profession?
I want to stand on the existing protocol. I am Engineer Abubakar Sani Babangida, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. I am aspiring for the position of National ESCO representing Northwest. I have served in my branch in various capacities. Before I served as a chairman of the branch, I served as publicity secretary, I served as a financial secretary, I served as assistant general secretary, I served as general secretary, I served as vice chairman, and finally the chairman. Having served as the chairman of the branch, it means I served in the council, the National Council, as a member. I have really done a lot to my branch. I have elevated, or I have developed my branch to a certain level, which from the beginning of the branch, my branch was established in 2004 during the presidency of late Engineer Mustafa Bulama. Engineer Kashim Ali was there, he interviewed me. So it was only during my time that we have the highest financial members in the branch. So the strategies I will want to adopt to curtail the quacks practice in the engineering. Well, the strategies is that, in the first place, we have to ensure that any person practicing engineering, whether as an engineer or engineering technologies or craftsman, must be registered with Koren. He has to be registered with Koren before he is allowed to practice. And then also, more prepared, more what is wanted is to be as a the corporate member of the Nigerian
Thank you, your
Society.
time is up.
Thank you.
The last person. So you have question 11. The divisions are the professional arm of the society. What are the measures you think can be done to improve this division NSE relationship?
Good evening, Madam President, and all protocol duly and respectfully observed. My name is Engineer Dauda Musa, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and a past chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers Buhari Branch, pioneer chairman NSC Buhari Branch. I served in Abuja Branch for 10 consecutive years as financial secretary, technical secretary, and general secretary, becoming the pioneer chairman of NSC Buhari Branch, in which I successfully laid a solid foundation for the growth and development of NSC branch, the Buhari Branch. And today, we have seen the development and the progress that Buhari Branch has brought to NSC as a body. Our divisions are created on purpose, and their purpose of creation need to be strengthened. How do we strengthen these divisions? The divisions need to go by the codes and standards of each and every, the division need to abide by the rules and regulation guiding the divisions for them to be able to showcase and practice and exhibit what they are created for. Most of the divisions we have these days have ended up in carrying out what the branches are doing. Actually, the division is to enhance engineering practice and also develop the capacity of our members. So there is a clear division between divisions and branches, and there should be that opportunity for the divisions to be able to...
Thank you, your time is up.
Thank you very much.
Okay, may I invite the audit committee members to step forward. Just step forward. Come this way, please. Just, okay, start from here. Introduce yourself. Okay. Just stand here. Introduce yourself. That's all.
Standing on the existing protocol.
No protocol, yes.
My name is Engineer Anthony Sunday Dennis. I'm for everybody. Thank you.
Good evening, distinguished engineers. Standing on existing protocol, my name is Engineer Greg Ashibogu. I know that what I'm coming here to do is for value proposition and to be able to ensure that NSC is NSC is a going concern and to stand in perpetuity. Thank you very much.
So go and say it.
All right. Yeah, good evening. My name is Engineer Dr. Obioma Chideberi Uwamadi. I've served as the past chairman, NSC Owerri, a man who wears transparency as an outer garment and accountancy as an inner garment. Thank you.
Good evening, distinguished engineers. My president, good evening, ma. My name is Engineer Clara Chizoba Anyanwu Amade. I'm contesting for audit committee member. I need you all to re-elect me for continuous improvement. Thank you.
Good evening to all the distinguished members here. My name is Engineer Dr. Molola Adetono. I'm a registered civil engineer and a professional and a member of the Nigerian Institute of Management, which also foresees accounting processes. I'm also going for the position of the Statutory Internal Audit Committee member. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. You can go back to your seat. All right. Mr. President, Vice Presidents, ladies and gentlemen, with this, we have heard from our aspiring leaders. It was important to do this for you to see the kind of leaders that you will have. And you have seen them, you have heard from them. And I know all of them have impressed you. But you cannot take all of them at the same time. So it's the decision as to who you take is purely yours. And we'll leave it at that. Now, my duty now is to invite Engineer Jiboye to, but okay, sorry, before then, is there any senior member who has an intervention? At the beginning I said, some of the things they will say, the references they will make, in case there are corrections to be made, is there any intervention from any senior member on any of the things said? Yes. You identify the particular thing and then talk about it.
Madam President, the Chairman Board of Trustees, the Deputy President, fellows and members. Thank you, sir, for this chance to speak. What I have noticed, most of you, the ones I came and met, they have forgotten to make reference to the provisions of the MEMAT. MEMAT is very, very important. It is the document that governs all of us here. So it should have been something that you hold. When you come, you are asked, what is this? You'll be able to make reference to the MEMAT and say, MEMAT said this. This is the way I want to ensure this part of the objectives are many. And you should at least have 5 offhand to be able to say, based on the objectives, so, I want to do those things. So please take note of the MEMAT. It should always be with you. Thank you.
Any other one? Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. I just want to see if I can help any of them. Is there any one of you who won a group dynamics as a branch chairman? As a branch chairman. Is there anyone that won group dynamics as a branch chairman? Stand up.
If you won, step out. If you won as chairman of a branch.
Group dynamics branch, I said.
Branch. Step out. Step out.
Is there any one of you who won group dynamics division? The technical division. Is there anyone that won? I'm not aware when you won, worry.
But I want to warn. Perjury is punishable. And it's punishable by disqualification.
Group dynamics. As a branch chairman, did you win group dynamics? As a divisional chairman, did you win group dynamics?
Yes, as a branch chairman. Okay. Should they identify for confirmation? Which year? Which year and which branch?
2018. But earlier,
Which branch?
Nigerian Center of Engineers, Ikeja branch.
You're chairman.
Yes, sir. 2018.
Under my stewardship, Nigerian Society of Engineers Buhari branch won the group dynamics twice, 2021 and 2022. Thank you.
Thank you. Any intervention from my colleagues, Agbola? Okay, it's now my duty now to thank all of you, but especially the President of Nigerian Society of Engineers for staying true for this, and all the past presidents and deputy presidents and everybody else. Thank you so much. It's now my duty to also thank my colleagues, and I want to thank them especially. Sesson, thank you very much. Rise up for, you can stretch your waist a bit. That is Engineer Sesson Dukoya. Thank you very much. Engineer Aisha Aliu Saad, thank you very much. Engineer Dr. Elizabeth Eterigo, thank you very much. Engineer Oladipo Agbola, thank you very much. And our secretary, very efficient secretary indeed, Barrister Terry, thank you so much. It's now my duty to invite Engineer Yonda Olabisi Ajiboye to give a vote of thanks.
The President, Madam President, past President, BOT Chairman, the Deputy President, the past President here, and the elders and fellows, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues. On behalf of my chairman, 2024 election committee, I want to appreciate you for your patience. You've had patience to listen to our incoming executives. For many of us who have not made up our mind before this exercise, I'm sure 90% of us have made up our mind who to vote for. So these are your they are your executive for the new year, and I hope you will vote right when it comes. You are to work, gentlemen and ladies, you are to work, you win, with Madam President, and I'm sure that you give her the best of support. I want to say a big thank you to the NSC for counting us worthy to be part of this exercise. And I want to say thank you to everyone that has participated. We didn't want to allow this to go to a rowdy section. That was why we didn't allow you to clap while they were talking. So I think, with the permission of Madam President and my chairman, we can give them a round of applause now. So, if you have not cleared your financial indebtedness, please try and do that so that you can be part of the voting crowd. God bless you.
Please, a round of applause for him. May I once again invite the chairman of the Electoral Committee for a brief announcement.
An announcement quickly. The election will start 12 midnight on Thursday. No, you see, the time it will start is already Thursday. Maybe it will be a minute after 12 or so. But we have met with the contestants and we have met with the agents, and they know what to do to monitor it. I'll not talk about that here. But it will start at that midnight, and it's a 12-hour span. So you don't need to wake up. You have your sleep. When you wake up in the morning, you can vote. But I have, there's an observation. You know, I have Apwen on my panel, and she's protesting. There's Apwen here too. They say Apwen does not participate in group dynamics. So a leader of Apwen who is here feels disadvantaged by that announcement of bringing out those who have won the election because she did. No, Apple doesn't participate. So just for your noting, you know, when I have past President Apple and say, so she's, huh? So that is just the announcement. On that note, I'd like to invite our potential leaders. Can you rise, take a bow, and can go down and socialize? All right.
A few announcements. Thank you. Tomorrow's event shall commence at 9 a.m. prompt. We shall be having the second plenary session. Also, tomorrow, we shall be having the group dynamics competition, the welfare night, and cultural night. So prepare yourselves. Again, there are buses out there that will convey you to the NSC headquarters. Buses are being provided to convey you to the NSC headquarters. Thank you very much. Enjoy a wonderful night as we continue tomorrow, 9 a.m. Thank you and good night.